It's finally here, the new 2020 Cadillac CT5. This car is a direct replacement for the CTS that went away in 2019. This particular CT5 is in the crystal white tri-coat. It is a premium luxury model, so it has all the bright chrome accents. It also comes in a sport model, which will have the dark black accents and the mesh grille. The CT5 comes standard with the same 2-liter turbo engine that is in the XT4 and the XT5. It makes 238 horsepower and 257 pound-feet of torque at 1500 RPM. The idling RPM is 1500, so as soon as you're on the gas, you have full torque. Also available is a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 that makes 355 horsepower. All CT5s come with a 10-speed automatic transmission, and they have a 116-inch wheelbase, which is 2 inches longer than the CTS that it's replacing. All CT5s come standard with things like LED headlights, remote start, the safety alert seat, automatic pedestrian braking, a 10-inch touchscreen, Brembo performance brakes, and remote start, all for a base MSRP of $36,895, which is $10,000 less than the CTS, and you get more equipment. The premium luxury like this one here adds things like illuminated door handles, memory driver seats, leather seating surfaces, rear cross traffic alert, blind zone warnings, and wireless charging. We're going to step inside. Also new are the door handles. They have a little electronic push button inside the door handle, so the handle itself doesn't move. You have to push this little button to release it. The interior on this particular CT5 is Sahara beige, which is a similar color to what you see on the CT6 and the XT5. We're going to step into the driver's seat here. Here in the driver's seat of the CT5, you can see it has a very premium looking interior. All of the materials are very well built, and they still have the same cut and sewn feel that you get in all of the other Cadillacs. The most prominent thing in this interior is the giant 10-inch touchscreen, which is the same one that's found in the CT6. This is the first model outside the CT6 that will get the 10-inch screen, and it fills the dashboard really nicely. The climate control section and then the safety buttons down here are the same as what you'll see in the XT4, which is actually my favorite layout. I think it's really clear, and I like having physical buttons as opposed to the touchpad that was in the CTS. The wireless charging pad in this particular car is a lot more accessible than in other models. As you can see, it's right in front of your cup holders. It has the same electronic precision shift that's in the XT4, XT5, XT6, and CT6, as well as the same rotary knob and volume controls. The steering wheel is the same steering wheel that you get in the XT4. And then the gauge cluster is the new Cadillac gauge cluster design that you see in the XT4, XT5, and XT6 as well. This particular CT5 comes with the Bose Performance Series sound system, which comes packaged with the navigation as well. Those are both optional. This one also comes with the optional driver awareness package, which has lane keep assist, rain sense wipers, automatic IntelliBeam headlights, rear cross traffic alert, and forward collision alert. Also new for the CT5 that the CTS did not have is the dual pane sunroof that you find in the CT6. Has a really, really premium look when you're sitting in the car. I just finished driving this car. I drove it for about 5 miles on the highway, and I have to say it's probably the quietest Cadillac sedan I've driven, even quieter than the CT6. And I own a CT6. I think I might even prefer this. The brake response is great. The steering feel is great. I think Cadillac did a really, really good job with the drive characteristics of this vehicle. There are also new key fobs. So the older key fobs were wrapped in kind of a rubbery leather feel. And if you've had a Cadillac sedan or a SUV for a long time, you'll know that as time goes on, the kind of material it wears on, it'll kind of rub off. And these are finished in a really nice material that you can tell is a little bit more sturdy. I like these keys a lot more. They've also changed the function of the remote start. So before you had to press and hold that little circle arrow to remote start the car. Now they've gone to just a press twice, which is a little bit easier if you're not familiar with how to remote start a vehicle. The cup holders are also a little bit bigger, and they're also spaced apart a little bit more than in the CT6, which I like a lot more. Like I mentioned, I drive one, and that's one of my only complaints with that car is that the cup holders are small and they're really close together, so it's hard to get two cups in there. But I think they alleviated that problem with the CT5. The glove box is also massive compared to the CTS. You get probably about twice as much space in there. I know it's hard to see with the camera, but when you see it in person, you'll realize. And then the same goes for the center console between the seats. It's got about twice as much space in there, as well as another slot to hold an additional phone, as opposed to only the wireless charging slot that you find in all the other vehicles. Another nice thing is that your connection ports for your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto is within the center console. So when you have your phone sitting in this little slot, you can actually run your cord through this little hole that's down here and plug it into your phone. That way you don't have wires running all over your car. So all in all, I think this is probably one of the best vehicles Cadillac's come out with in the last few years. It drives really well. I think it's priced really well. The interior materials are very nice. They feel really high quality. I think Cadillac knocked this car out of the park. So if you want to test drive one or come see one in person, you can just call Frank Kent Cadillac at 817-989-4400 and you can schedule a VIP test drive today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.